gonna start in Form A, and we're gonna start in this side with the coolant tank. And my coolant tank is properly mounted and secure with no cracks, no leaks, no missing ball and nuts, and it's on the proper level. And the cap is secure with no cracks and no leaks. All my hoses are properly mounted and secured in both sides to the engine with no cracks and no leaks. My alternator properly mounted and secure with no cracks, no missing ball and nuts, and is belt driven, and the belt properly mounted and secure with no cracks, no cuts, no loose, no wear, and don't has more than 3/4 inch of play. Here we have the alternator cable or electrical cable, properly mounted and secure with no cracks, no cuts, and no expose any wires. Over here we have the water pump, properly mounted and secure with no cracks, no leaks, no missing ball and nuts, and is belt driven, and the belt properly mounted and secure with no cracks, no cuts, no loose, no wear, and don't has more than 3/4 inch of play. And now we're finishing this side where we don't see or we don't have any leaks under the engine. Now let's move to the front. In the front we have the headlights, signal lights, and the clearing lights, properly mounted and secure with no cracks, clean and visible, and on the proper color. That is amber on the front and red on the back. And my license plate is properly mounted and secure, clean and visible, no missing ball and nuts. Now let's move to the other side. And in this side we have the engine oil, and the engine oil is between add and full. So I remove the dipstick, put it, remove it again, and I check the level. Over here we have the air compressor, properly mounted and secure with no cracks, no leaks, no missing ball and nuts, and is gear driven. My power steering tank or power steering reservoir, properly mounted and secure with no cracks, no leaks, no missing ball and nuts, and the cap is secure with no cracks and no leaks. And also it's in the proper level. My steering hose properly mounted and secured in both sides with no cracks, no leaks, and no missing clamps. And my steering column properly mounted and secured in both sides with no cracks, no bends, no illegal welds, no missing ball and nuts, and also my joints are secure, clean and greased in both sides. My steering box properly mounted and secured to the chassis with no cracks, no leaks, and no missing ball and nuts. And now here we have the 5-point on the steering. That is my steering arm, link, upper, lower control arm, and the tie rod properly mounted and secure with no cracks, no bends, no illegal welds, and no sign of rust. No missing ball and nuts, and no missing pins. And also my joints are no loose, no worn, and secure, clean and greased in both sides. Here we have the brackets properly mounted and secured in both sides to the chassis with no cracks, no bends, and no illegal welds. No missing ball and nuts, and no missing or damaged bushing. And my lead springs properly mounted and secured in both sides to the bracket with no cracks, no bends, no sign of rust, and no missing lead springs. In the middle we have the U-bolt properly mounted and secured with no cracks and no missing nuts. And here I have my shock absorber properly mounted and secured in both sides with no cracks, no leaks, and no missing ball and nuts. Now my brake hose properly mounted and secured in both sides to the coupling and fitting with no cracks and no leaks. My brake chamber properly mounted and secure with no cracks, no leaks, no missing ball and nuts, and no missing clamps. And here we have the push rod and slack adjuster properly mounted and secure with no cracks, no bends, no missing ball, no missing pins, and no missing parts. And when the brake is released, the push rod don't move more than 1 inch of play. My brake shoes or brake pads properly mounted and secure with no cracks, no bends, no loose, no worn, and no oil or grease on it. And also I have more than 1/4 inch of pump material. And the brake drum, properly mounted and secure with no cracks, no dents, and no holes, no missing ball and nuts, and no oil or grease on it. My tire, properly mounted and secure with no cracks, no cuts, and no bubbles. My tires in good condition and good pressure. I checked the pressure with my pressure gauge to the ball stand, and the ball stand and cap are secure with no cracks and no leaks. And also my tire is evenly worn and has more than 432 inch of tread depth. My rim, properly mounted and secure with no cracks, no bends, no illegal welds, and no sign of rust. All the lock nuts and bolts are present and tight with no damage to the hull and no damage to the bolts. And no sign of rust. Why? Because they're no loose. And now we finish Form A with the hub seal. And my hub seal is properly mounted and secure with no cracks, no leaks, no missing ball and nuts, and it's on the proper level. To check the level, remove this cap. Any questions?